Good morning. Welcome to Crochet Vlogs, to New Year's Eve Vlogmas. So that'll be the end of Vlogmas. It's the end of Vlogmas as we know it. I'm sorry, I did try not to make that sound like it was the real song. It's not the real words, I know, but I thought if I hum the actual tune in tune, I'll probably get done by the stupid bots. Thinking, oh, copyright, you know. So I deliberately made it sound bad. Honestly, I mean, I don't sound that bad really. So, didn't sleep too well last night. Well, the wind, and I don't mean we didn't have curry or anything. I mean outside wind was shocking. And I know that, you know, there are parts of the UK that have had tornadoes, believe it or not. Tornadoes ripped through Manchester, leaving destruction and roofs off and everything. But in the UK, I mean, come in, really, I think we had a little one last night because it was windy, gusty. Then all of a sudden there was this sound like a freight train that was finished like that. Gone. Like a massive, humongous, gone. But we didn't have any damage. The chairs are all blown over in the garden, but other than that, everything is fine out there. So we've not, you know, but I did look at the roof, at the ceiling, and sort of had this vision of being rained on while I'm in bed, thinking, where's the roof gone? But it didn't happen, thank goodness. One vision that I'm very glad did not come true. So let's do the joke, cheer us up after such awful weather. I guess we didn't really have it as bad as some. I mean, we probably had the tail end of all that storm. Sunny out there now. It's like, really, it wasn't me. That's what it's like out there. Okay, yesterday I ran into a man who once sold me an antique globe. It's a small world. I like that one. We'll give that one. I almost pressed the wrong button then. It's a small world. I like that. I do. I think that's clever. So let's get the snidey comment, shall we? Sorry for being unclear. Obviously you didn't read what I wrote. Okay. Just checking in means just answer my damn email. That's about right, isn't it? That's usually when you text family, isn't it? Some, not always. I have, you know, there are some people who, you know you're going to reply. This is great. But, you know, there are some. Let's just not go there. I'm starving, actually. I think that's partly because I didn't sleep very well. So my stomach's been awake a long time. And it's all kind of upset and wondering what time it is and why I've not put food in it yet. But I ended up watching some program last night, and it was purely by kind of accident, because I came in here, did a stock take yesterday, and I ripped the page off the pad and came in, and then while I was doing it I realised I'd only got one page and there were two, and I thought, oh, I'll do that tomorrow because I'm not going out in that storm. By that time the rain was lashing the windows, and I thought, no, tomorrow's another day, you know. So I did that, and I did a few things like on eBay and stuff. And I thought, I'm not going to... My eyes were hurting, really, because I'd had my glasses on earlier, filming an Open With Me, which will pop up tomorrow. And, yeah, my eyes were a bit tired, I suppose, and a bit achy. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go and veg out. So I went into the living room, and I thought I'll eat some of my Christmas chocolates because we've got to go, you know. A bit late for chocolate. All it did was jazz me up and stop me sleeping. So anyway, I was flicking around, seeing if I could find something, and there was this, well, I think it looked like a film at first. Possibly the pilot might have been longer, I don't know, but it was it wasn't. It was a series called Based on a True Story, and it was about a serial killer and but it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek, I'd say sitcom-y look at it. It doesn't make you laugh. It's just, you know, like Breaking Bad, when things all go wrong, but they're hilarious, you know, that sort of thing. So I started watching it, and then it finished, and it was like, clear to me then, it was a series, but they were all there to watch on, I think it was Sky Max, yeah. So I thought, I'll give it another go. I'll watch the next one. After 5 episodes, they are only 30 minutes. I mean, the first one was obviously a lot longer, I think, because it just seemed it. But, 30 minutes long. I watched about 5. And in the end, I was halfway through when I thought, I really do need to go to bed. It's 2 something. But I couldn't sleep. By then, the storm was battering and threatening to rip off our roof and all sorts. And so, about 4:30, I went to bed. And I still didn't sleep for a while. So I fully expected not to materialise until about 10. But I still got up kind of... First woke up at 8 and I thought, that's not happening. And I think 9 I got up. So yeah, it was an eventful night in a few ways, really. But I finally got to sleep. And I had a cup of tea with Gary before he left for work, and I cooked him some sausage rolls to take yesterday. So I think that cooking and eating my sugary stuff too late was probably partly the reason. But I do seem to go through these periods of time where I'm ultra tired and I'm asleep early, and then all of a sudden I'll have almost insomnia, where it's like, no, you've had your quota, now you're just gonna, you know. And I sort of had this spot here. Oh, it's awful, it's really bad. I have concealed it, but it's not a very nice one. And I suddenly thought, I think that might be my new bedding, because I'm not one of these people that get it out the packet and think, I'll wash that first. And I think it had starch on it. And whenever I sleep at a hotel where there's starchy kind of sheets and duvets and pillows, it makes me hot for a start. So I must be a bit intolerant to starch, because it makes me itch and sometimes I get a zit. And so I suddenly thought, you should have washed that. That's probably what it is. So I just changed my pillowcase and try my best to get rid of it. But it doesn't really want to go, you know. So I'm growing a new head by the looks of it. It's that big. I know. Well, I thought I was done with all that when I was about 15 or 16. Maybe I'm getting younger. Perhaps I'm going through my, I would say, about 5th childhood. I don't know. Possible. It is possible. So yesterday I used my ninjas. I was really, really good. I'd used the pull-down oven type ninja. I did dauphinoise potatoes. Sounds good, but I bought them already made. So it wasn't really that good. All I had to do was rip off the cellophane and put them in, so that I shouldn't have told you that. I should have let you think I was whizzing up something amazing. But anyway, they cooked in there, and the chicken crown I did in the drawer of the Ninja. So then yesterday evening I cooked the sausage rolls in the Ninja. So I didn't use the oven at all yesterday. I was so proud of myself, because they are about, I don't know, 8 times more juicy. I don't mean juicy as in tender and juicy. I mean as using the electricity is crazy in the oven compared to those devices. So I don't have the old Ninja anymore. The one that was a crock pot and pressure cooker and an air fryer. I really think, having 3 on the countertop was too many. So when Paul and Victoria came, they took it home with them. And I keep meaning to ask if she's used it yet. It took me about 3 years to pluck up the courage to use it, so I can't really say, why haven't you used it yet? You know what I mean? I was a bit of a wuss when it came to that. But as you might know, if you've watched me for any length of time, it didn't help that Gary took it out the box and lost all the paperwork. So I had no idea what to do with it. And anyway, when I found the paperwork, it wasn't very clear. I think then their paperwork that comes with their appliances is the worst paperwork in the world. The little booklet that comes with it is the worst booklet. It doesn't really tell you how to use it. It just says, this is a recipe for a whole dinner that you can do in it. I don't want to know that. You know, I want to know how to use it. I want to know how long this takes. I want to know how long that takes. I can work it out, the timings and getting it down, you know. I just need you to tell me what you actually do to achieve that and how long it will take. And then the rest I can learn as I go. But no, we get stupid books that tell you zip. Cheers, guys. I've got a lovely cup of biscuit tea. Oh, I almost, well, I didn't order it because I didn't have, I didn't really have the ability to order it last night. But I was looking at some new Karen yarn, thinking, oh, I could get some Karen yarn for my shop. And then I suddenly thought there are lots of things you need to do before you buy that. So, yeah, I got off the site and didn't. And I keep looking because they do. Karen, Bernat, Lily and Hello. Yeah, I know. I think that's their own. So I might even be wrong on that. Don't know. But that's what they do. They also do Nitty Critters and all those sort of things. They do scrapbooking paper and all that kind of stuff. They do cross stitch and they do that, all that stuff as well. But I only really ever buy the Karen yarn from them. Every time I look, I keep thinking, please have Lion Brand. You know, branch out. Because they do Red Heart as well, that's right. They recently acquired that. Because it was before Unforgettable was no more. And I was hoping if they did Red Heart, they would have that. But no, they had Super Saver. And 3 different varieties of it. And that's it. And I think, well, if you're going to stock it, you know, stock the other stuff. Because there's all those cakes, those roll with it cakes, I think, were Red Heart. There's so much they could put in that shop. But no, we just got the basic. And I didn't want that. So if they had more kind of other brands, varieties, I would definitely buy from them more often. But yeah, I've got to go out there and finish what I was doing yesterday. I've made a bit of a mess out there. I was stock taking and putting stuff away. But I was also putting yarn away in my cubbies, and because I had more polythene bags to put it in. And so I was tidying up as I go, and it emptied a couple of, like the new box, which had the stuff I've recently ordered, and I have uploaded it to my website now, those bags and project bags and stuff like that. So I was finally like putting all that stuff away. So I had about 3 empty boxes, which need collapsing and, you know, getting ready for our next tip run, basically. We seem to live there. We seem to live at the tip, you know. We've always got plenty of rubbish, basically. And, you know, that will continue, I think, until the house is completely done. But, yeah. And every time you order something, it comes in another box, doesn't it? So, yeah. We will have to do another tip run very soon. I always say Gary knows how to treat a lady. Takes me the best places. Anyway, as I was putting it all away, I suddenly thought, oh my God, I really need to use that yarn. Oh, look at that yarn. Oh, I need to use that yarn. And I've got all these cakes here and I need to make some car rugs for sure, absolutely. So I want to do all that, and I need to finish my poncho because last year I wanted it for last winter and I could use it for this winter, couldn't I? But the chances are it'll be finished by summer if I get on with it. I need to start doing those live streams, you know, where I make stuff. And I was getting Gary's blanket finished, remember that? And then I started doing that other blanket. which is not finished. I liked that. I thought it looked nice as a tablecloth because it's very fine. It was made with that King Cole tropical beaches, that's it. So it's very vibrant. I wanted it either as like a little wrap or a little lap blanket for when I sit out on the deck in the summer, but we didn't get any summer. And what we did get, we didn't spend outside. But last year was pretty abysmal for a summer. I mean, the lockdown one was scorcher, and it went all the way from Easter, you know, or probably before, and it went all the way through the summer. Very, very dry. Well, it's certainly made up for it since. We've had wet winters and wet summers, and it's been awful. And all through the summer, I remember looking at the weather forecast, and they're saying the unseasonably bad weather that we're having in the UK is because we're above the Gulf Stream. And it's like, oh, move the Gulf Stream up a bit, you know, then we get a bit of nicer weather. We were trapped above it all through the blessed summer. Very annoying. Anyway, yeah, a little magazine will pop up tomorrow, new giveaway today. And yeah, I'm getting a hankering to do some crochet. Unfortunately, with all of the DIY, yes, DIY, Jane, DIY, with all that going on, she always thinks I say DIY. Driving, it sounds like driving while under the influence, it DIY. DWI. Oh well, you know what I mean. All that going on in the house. Everything is everywhere, you know, and it's been the furthest thing from my mind. There's just chaos and debris everywhere, and I don't even know where my hooks are. Well, I do know where some of them are, but yeah, it's just, I'll be glad when I can put things away properly. It's been happening for too long now, and a little while ago, it was getting me down, because everywhere you walk, you trip on something, you know, or the actual space to get between that, and we had cupboards in that little hallway out there, so you had to squeeze past them to get to the loo and to get in here and that sort of thing. But one's now been taken apart, and the other one has the TV on it. So, but we had to take them out because the carpet was going in, and it was absolutely horrendous. You know, you're tripping over stuff in the conservatory, tripping over stuff in the hallway, tripping over stuff in here because I had to move everything out. And in the bedroom as well, there were Christmas presents everywhere as well. Oh, it was just absolutely horrendous. Yeah. So I'll be so glad when everything can be put away, and then I can just mess it up in the normal way, you know. The normalness, which, you know, I wish I wasn't messy. I'm a bit messy. I really am, unfortunately, messy. I'm not one of these people that never clean anything, you know, not like that messy. But I'm not a putter awayer. It's like, oh, later when I'm going past that sort of thing, you know, a bit of lived in stuff around me. Sometimes I have a little bee in my bonnet and put it all away and do a bit of, you know, tidying. But you can, if you had a look to the right of me, there's a yarn wall there and a yarn wall there. There's a heater there, which I haven't used for ages. There's a box of yarn there, one of those plastic boxes, which could go out in the yarn van. And there's about 4 bags here. This is my sewing box now. It seems to be there. I've taken that yarn and I've put it away out in the yarn van. I had more cubbies once I put it all away. It was weird, really. I think putting it in polythene bags was able to get more in. Very strange. Anyway, I will be doing something soon. Getting itchy fingers. I need to do some crochet, and I also still need to do some knitting because I need to do that tutorial on that ruffled scarf and a few bits and pieces. Soon be back to normal after the new year. Anyway, thank you for watching. Happy New Year to everyone. I probably will not see you apart from my giveaway, but I won't be seeing you for chat unless I get to do a live or something, which I doubt. But yeah, got my cooking to do later. So, you know, normal day for me really. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Happy New Year!